Okay, a few technical hitches there, but good morning and welcome to the Lasham Briefing for Friday, 16th of August, 2024. So we'll start here with the synoptic. A weak warm front yesterday at lunchtime, followed by a series of warm and cold fronts driven by this low pressure out over Iceland, coming through last night and leaving us today behind a cold front with a bit of a ridge of high pressure starting to build from the southwest. That should give us a good day's flying today. If we move on to the sat pic, we can see that quite early on we've got nice clear skies over most of southern England. It does start to sort of cloud over to the north and west, but I don't think it's going to affect the area too much today. Looking at the rain radar, you can see the front that went through last night is now out into France, Belgium, Holland, and that's moving away quite nicely. And if we look at the forecast rain, we'll just take that back to earlier on today. And you can see there's very, very little affecting the UK, as most of it's disappeared off into the continent with that front. Spot winds then, 220-10 to the north of us and variable 5 to the south. We've got a bit of a northerly flow out on the airfield at the moment, but that's going to slacken off and go around towards the southwest throughout the day. Looking at public forecast, that mirrors that with the wind, the northerly going round to the west-southwesterly there throughout the day. Temperatures today up to about 22, which is quite average for August, I believe. And a fair bit cumulus today, but then perhaps going blue later on in the day. That's from the public forecast. GFS showing temperatures around about 22 in this area, and dew point somewhere down about 8 to 9 degrees. If we have a look at the local weather station, we currently have about 15.5, 16 centigrade with just over 13 for the dew point. Dave Masson's narrative here is quite extensive. He's basically saying it should be sortable by about 11 o'clock, maybe even earlier at 10 o'clock, with about 3,000 feet blue or shallow cumulus. And that's going to rise throughout the day. It's about 4.5, maybe even 5,500 feet later on. So looking out the window at the moment, we've got perhaps 1 or 2 small cumulus forming, and that northerly wind there on the windsock is starting to go around already. Odium are showing 2704 knots, greater than 10K visibility, with a few at 3,500 feet, with a 40% chance that between now and 12 o'clock, scattered at 2,200. And Farnborough are showing 3305 knots, greater than 10K, with a few 1,000 feet probability that between 7 and 10 local, broken at 1,000 feet, and then the wind going round to 23010 knots. SkySight are showing a potential flight distance better to the north, maybe sort of 400 or 500 k's, maybe even 600 k's up in the north, but you have to get there first, so perhaps a smaller tasks out of Lasham. The local spot forecast from SkySight is showing it being blue all day, although we've got 1 or 2 little shallow cumulus forming at the moment. Top Meteo, again, they're showing quite a large sort of task area with potential sort of 400, 500, 600K tasks possible. And if we look at the thermal projections throughout the day, we're up here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. So just go back to 9 o'clock. You can see now we should just be getting going with low shallow thermals up to about 1,500 feet. Getting up to about 2,000 by 10 o'clock, maybe 3,000 by 11, and gradually throughout the afternoon rising up to about 4,500 feet, perhaps even 5,000 feet by about late afternoon. So NOTAMs today then. If we have a look at the NOTAM map, let's get that centered for you. We have 26 Barton Stacey, 31 Ash Ranges, 33 Farnborough, where there's parachute dropping going on, out to the sort of northwest of us, or west-northwest of us, Coombe Gibbet and Devizes, multiple paragliders. Number 40 here is a place called Penn Street. They've got a fly past between 1220 and 1300, that's UTC. Otmoor is live firing, number 44 there. Little Risington, the ATZ is active. 47 is Cravens Goss, multiple paragliders, and 48 is Worcestershire Beacon with multiple paragliders. And even further north here, we have North Luffenham, again with multiple paragliders. So let's move on to the airfield briefing. The Odium cross-section, there was a mistake on that this morning. I had the wrong date up here, but if we look down here, it was issued on the 16th at 0524 Zulu. So this is the correct cross-section for the day. And they're showing cumulus around about 2,000 feet, gradually going up cloud base to about over 5,000 feet by the end of the afternoon. So that they're showing quite a good soaring day, I think. Moving on to the flying list and the bookings, this is what the booking list looks like online, and that equates to the Geodiscus has been booked by Steve Pazerski. There's a K21 on the 5-day course. There's 3 K21s booked by club members, another K21 for the casual list, and there's 3 K21s booked all day, again by club members. There is availability on SH3 and SH6. And there's 1 student on the casual list, so if there's any instructors available who'd like a bit of flying, you have a K21 available for you. Simulator available as per normal. Movements, this is still to be confirmed, but there is a 737 inbound at about 5 to 6 this evening, local time. More on that once I've got confirmation. Today's operation is going to be a setup on runway 27 for a dry operation. It's already out there. Light northerly winds to start with. We're going to grid on 27 grass, and buggies, again, just a reminder that seated passengers only, not on the flatbed at the rear. We're not insured for it. So the pictorial representation is as you see here, launch point vehicle on 27, winching to the south. We may have to bring the winch a bit further into the airfield because of the northerly wind to start with for the cable management. And air towing from the runway and the club grid to the north in the usual place, please. And if you could remember to leave room for gliders towing past on the north side of the grid, that would be fantastic. Thank you. That's it for today. I hope you have a great day's flying and get lots of fun out of it and do many, many cross-country kilometres. I shall see you out on the airfield shortly. Thanks very much, and please keep it safe.